want you to use two marketing techniques. The first marketing technique is brand awareness, and the second is lead generation. When you think brand awareness, you're thinking things like content marketing. These are your blogs, your newsletters, anything that is going to generate awareness for what you're doing, but not bring direct leads to the funnel. So, first things first, when it comes to brand awareness, I want you to make sure you're paying attention to the type of content you're producing. When we're considering newsletters, make sure you're producing them on a consistent basis. If you can handle this monthly, send them monthly. Send a blend of syndicated content and original content to make sure that people are getting all the industry news, but also getting your thoughts on that industry news. The easiest way to do this is when you combine it with your blogs. Your blogs should be original pieces as much as possible that cover content that is relevant to your consumer. This is most often not content that is most important to you. You have to remember, you are not your audience. You don't want to get into things that are too technical that they're paying you to solve. You want to make sure you're talking about things like productivity tips, networking tips, business hacks. Those kind of things are much more relevant to your customers than the bits and bytes that we typically fall into. You want to make sure that you're also doing your blogging on a consistent basis, once a week, once every other week. When you're picking your rate for things like newsletters and blogs, you want to make sure you're doing it at a rate that you can be consistent with. I don't want you to all of a sudden bite off more than you can chew, and for 6 weeks you can do a blog a week, and then all of a sudden we don't see something for another 2 months. You want to make sure that your content marketing is regular. That is the only way to generate strong brand awareness. Other brand awareness techniques that you may or may not want to try. Advertising of some sort. This is the mass media advertising that everybody turned to back in the 90s and thought was extremely important. But then they were wondering, why aren't people walking through my door? Why am I not getting interest? Why is this not working? It's because it's only good for brand awareness. So by all means, sponsor your kid's baseball team. Put that sign up at the latest opera. All those kind of things are great, but know their limitations. Know that it's for brand awareness only. Making sure that your name is in the community will generate awareness for you, but is not going to make people request your services. That comes to lead generation. You also need tactics that are asking for the sale, asking for the first appointment. Don't get too far down the funnel and all of a sudden try to sell a managed service deal over the phone, but make sure that your marketing is doing enough to get that interest for the first appointment. These kind of things include making sure you have an appointment request at the bottom of your emails, making sure in your phone calls you close down that script well enough that you actually have a legitimate reason to call and they have a legitimate reason to answer. And this could be that they're providing you your email address. This could be that you're scheduling a first appointment. Either way, you're getting some sort of information from them. Don't rely on one or the other of these marketing techniques too much. You need a really strong blend in the brand awareness side and the lead gen side. You can't do one or the other and be really successful. Now, if you don't have time to do all of these techniques, pick one or two that you think are going to be most important. I recommend definitely have an outbound newsletter. People do not have the if you build it, they will come mentality. The great thing about those newsletters is that you can back it up with your blog content, so all of a sudden you're killing two birds with one stone. And then on the same token, there's your brand awareness technique. Your lead gen technique is then backing it up with outbound email campaigns. Sometimes you're gonna use that content marketing in those email campaigns. Sometimes you're just appealing to the problems that you have to close the deal.